Caribbean is a really cool little 2 to 4 player game. Comes in a size of box, about what a Cosmo 2-player box will be, although this game does play 2 to 4. And it has some interesting things going on. This is an older game that I really feel holds up. Even though I'm going to purge this one, this really has more to do with my collection and how I can get to this table rather than the quality of the game. So let's set that aside for a second and just talk about this game. So what you're going to do is you're going to have these different ships on the board, which nobody controls in of themselves, and you will be bidding on who will control which ship this turn. And as you move them, you're going to be picking up stuff and delivering them to your bounty so you can score victory points or money in this game. So it's very interesting that none of these ships belong to you, but you can bid to use them, which will be more beneficial to you. But remember, other people are going to be using them too. So you might go pick up some booty and just have somebody else steal it from you and run as you're playing, Pirates of the Caribbean type style game here. And it really works in this one. I feel like this is a very solid game. If you haven't played this game, I highly recommend it. It's very interesting decisions, direct player interaction. It has some of that take that where like you pick something up and I'm going to steal it from you and you're going to steal it back from me, and this mad rush to deliver as much of this gold and this treasure as you can as you're playing in the Caribbean. It's a really fun game. It's what I think has been overlooked. The components are really good. This game really holds up very well with time, but I would like to see a new edition of this. This game has been a hit. It's not going to fit into the collection right now. I got other games that do this, and it just wasn't finding itself back to the table. At some point, I need the room. But an excellent, excellent game. And one I tell you to try out and check out, I think this is a bargain find that you might really enjoy and blow you away. For me, it's going to be a Purge, but Caribbean is definitely a game I recommend for you to check out. Here is Caribbean by Rio Grande Games. You open it up, you're going to get a rule book, which we'll take a look at in a few minutes. And then you're going to see what is the board here, which we'll fold out. You're going to get these little ships. These little things are kind of cool. They're like little cardboard standees that you put together, but they have the name on it and the letters for easy reference. You're going to have some of these, like, I always call these the Martin Wallace coins. He used to love to put these in his games. And a bunch of little cardboard that you'll have through here. You have these little things. Now, when this game was released, these components were very, very, very good. And still hold up pretty well for such a light little two-player game that you have here. Let's see here. You're going to have the board that will come out. And really, it's just a whole bunch of spaces on. You can see it's colorized a little bit. It has little spaces all the way around it. And you can definitely see what stands out as you go through it. It's a pretty board. Nothing wrong with it. The components look really good on it. And I think the components are fine in this game. And they hold up. These have held up really well over the years. I think they look great. Now, one of these is probably be a miniature, sure, but it's not really needed for a game like this. Here's a rule book. It's just a little bit of a square that will fit in those boxes. It's the same size of a two-player Cosmo game, even though this is a 2 to 4 player game. You're going to have a look at the game board and all the components there. And then you're going to have preparation, which is your setup on the top. And then how to play. You're going to see some pictures and some diagrams that will go here. This is all of the rules right here. This is all how to win the game based on how many doubloons you have to get in order to do that. And then they wasted the back with nothing on it. Could have been a player aid or something. So really, this is all you're going to get. It's very easy to do. As you go through, you probably need about 10, maybe 12 minutes to read this, and you'll be up and running in no time. So the game is very easy to set up. You're going to take the ships, randomly place them on the spots with a little ship here. So those are randomly set up. You're going to take all the treasure chests. You're going to shuffle them up and lay out 6 randomly out on the board, and you put them on the little card. So here is Santo Domingo, and Santo Domingo will go right there on top of the port. And you put the money nearby so everybody is ready. Everybody will get their tiles for their bidding, and you're ready to go. So what's going to happen is everybody's going to get one of these, and every one of the ships is going to match up. So Ariba would be this ship right here, which would have a giant A on it. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your little chips and you'll place these face down. So I will bid 3. Now nobody else will know that. -1 on Bravo, etc. So I have 7 of these. I will place 6 down, face down, so nobody knows what I bid. All of the players will do this simultaneously. Then everybody will reveal what they did for Ariba, and it will be known what they bid. The rest of these are not known quite yet. The player who bid the most barrels will immediately move that ship. So in this case, I bid 3. And let's say my opponent on his board had bid only 2, then I would have bid the most and would be able to move the ship. Now, since I did 3 barrels, I could move the ship 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3 if I wanted to, and that would be how this would be utilized. Now, if any pirate ones with the negatives were filed, then I would subtract this, and he can only move 2. So that's how movement would work. So when you land on a spot with a treasure chest, you put it on the ship, and you would immediately gain 2,000 doubloons for doing that. Now, if somebody were to move a ship next to him, you can steal this over here, and you steal the treasure chest. You move the chest from here to this location right there. Now, if 2 people are next to each other and they both have a treasure chest, you can just swap these out to get a different one if you wanted a different one, and then it would just go right on your ship, and it would be just placed right there, and you would just swap those out, and that's something that you could do. Now, what you're trying to do is race these back to your color. So if I'm the blue player, I'm trying to race these back to Black River, and when I land there, I can just it's a safe haven, I can deliver it to that location. And what that will do is that will give me the number of doubloons that are on it. In this case, I would get 6,000 doubloons, and I would score those points. Then, after everything is moved, you'll place 2 new treasure chests out on the board and do the whole thing again. Then what you're going to be doing is playing to a number of doubloons. So in a 2-player game, you go to 62 doubloons. In a 3-player game, you go to 41. And a 4-player one, you go to 31 doubloons. And whoever has those doubloons is your winner of the game. Who should buy this game? Caribbean is a game that I would say most gamers should have in their collection. It's a very versatile game where you can play with non-gamers and gamers and have some of that direct interaction that people are going to enjoy. It's not a straight-up Euro. There's some stealing of things back and forth and a mad rush to do this. But you're actually bidding on which ships you're going to control, which is a very unique mechanism for people who are coming from like a non-board gaming background where you're used to, this is my ship and I control this ship. This is very different from that. And it could just kind of mind blow somebody like, oh, so games can do this now. And it plays in a good period of time. Under an hour, you can get a game in pretty good. I find it's a very solid experience. And what I would say most gamers should try out or add to their collection. Caribbean, while I'm getting rid of it due to the size of my collection, is one I can highly recommend to you.